and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, box truck. Recon, 132 fighter.
2nd and 5. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Ready. Rock it. Hey, let go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got to. Now the ball comes loose. And this belongs to the Vikings. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Herbert. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
Well, how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Go out.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Eluding the pressure right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Open man is Higgins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Sure. Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Now back to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on second down. Herbert escaping the pressure right. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First down, Lions.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off play action. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Protein spill. 2.
Complete to Bryant. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Martavis Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Lions 10, Vikings 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in his first half, a 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And the return will stop right around the 25. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You've got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, they're really
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, baby. Return over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Snap.
Back to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And now here is another interception. Picked off at about the 31.
On 31-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Check 15.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Let it. 58 to Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. General West. Watch the eye. 58, boys. 58. 58 to Mike. Watch. Hey, lock it. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
At the 42-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch out.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. I'm here all day. He's coming. We got double. 80 weapons. Spine.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Open man. He's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Rock it. Now.
On 1st down, Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Lions 34, Vikings 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Back to throw. Herbert. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Orbit.
2nd and 3. He'll get this one to Galladay. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Down. 50, plant.
58 to Mike. Ricky.
Hit it.
They go play action here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Five. Hey. 22 jump bomb. Go.
They're going to look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol.
X3, 218, chopper. Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Slam. Wide.
Be driven.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bailey now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Open man is Thielen is complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You're not ready. You're not ready. Go.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert going long here for Wallace. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. He's able to find Wallace. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 13-yard line.
Go
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A big play there. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Fancy footwork in midfield. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Ready.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go to Johnson again. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
64, weak.
They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Second and 10. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 39-yard line.
Down. 90, Wolf. 54. Come, boy. Go.
From the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will take over at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one good for 26 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
First down, Lions.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Bryant has it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. This pass complete to Higgins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.